Hey, what's up guys? Anderson here, bringing you a 1v1 replay commentary on Caldera. And this is Nighthawk. His opponent is Killer Fish. You know, this is such an interesting map, but it's one that I rarely get. I actually really like this one. And there's so many different dynamics with the terrain and everything. And in fact, one time I remember my opponent, he had way more cav than me, managed to kill off all my cav. And I actually planted my army right in the middle of that pond to, negate all of his cav charges, because they don't really move too well through water, and I was actually able to defeat him. But this is Nighthawk's battle, not my old battle. And you can see for this, he brought pretty much a balanced build. He's got 2 bow warrior monks, 200 range, decent stats, 70 accuracy. He's also got a a matchlock Ashigaru. I believe he has a couple lone swords and a katana samurai mix. So yeah, 3 lone swords and 2 katana samurai, all veteran, except for one of these lone swords looks to be unvetted. Cav wise, he's got some Naginata monk cav, he's got great guard, another great guard, and a katana cav. You look at his opponent's army. Well, first of all, a lot of people, on maps like this, key buildings like to stage Yari Ashigarus and whatnot to the side. And I think, a sound strategy, when you're going to play on a map like this where there are key buildings, just bring a unit of bow cav. They can come over here, harass the Yari Ashigaru, dance in and out of the circle to prevent him from capturing it. And as well, you can use them to set up a trap, because, players hate bow cav. They aren't going to let you just sit there and pick off their men with them. So chances are he's going to reroute some of his cav over here to try and pick off those bow cav, and you can just have a trap already set up with some, matchlocks and some of your cav or whatnot. But unfortunately, all Nighthawk has over here is some light cav, which can still be effective. They can outrun the Yari Ashigaru, and you can move him around in the circle to keep him from capping the dojo. And look, he's moved this other cav unit right to the middle of this pond. Terrible idea. You can't really maneuver too well in water with cav. Now, Nighthawk's only chance really is to sit back and use the skirmishing forces as much as possible. But you can only kite somebody so much. So, first he's going to try and target his opponent's matchlocks, which seems like a pretty feasible target at first. He's got a matchlock Ashigaru and another one. These guys have 32 reload, 52 accuracy, and then of course it's a leadership general, so he'll jump down into stand and fight as soon as possible. But this guy's going to try to rush his matchlocks up and pick off these bows. Nighthawk already has his flaming arrows set up. Now, I'm kind of leery on flaming arrows. If they act the same way that they do in every other Total War, they don't really do more damage. They're less accurate than regular arrows, and they honestly slow down your reload, because the bow warrior monk, so any archer unit, it slows down its animation for reload to do the fire arrows. But this guy, he brought a melee rush lone sword spam build. He's got 9 lone swords. He's got 1 unit of bow warrior monks, so there's 2 matchlocks. He's got some Yari Ashigaru, and cav wise, let's see, he's got some Naginata warrior monk cav over here, 2 units. Lone sword back trying to cap this dojo, a katana cav, and then this Yari Ashigaru over here. So this guy rushed his matchlocks up as soon as he could and started targeting Nighthawk's general. Pretty cheap move for a melee rush build, but Nighthawk, he knows how to prioritize his targets. He's not going to take his cav and go for cav engagements. These guys, there's no way, even if they do have Warcry, which it doesn't appear that they do, but there'd be no way that they could activate that Warcry fast enough. But Nighthawk's going to start filtering up his units one at a time. First he sent these Yari Ashigaru up here to block them off, and then he sent in 1 unit of Katana Samurai to kind of set up the hammer and anvil attacks over here. This guy's going to rush in these Naginata warrior monk cav, but they really don't stand a chance against Great Guard, and Great Guard will be able to cause those flanking morale penalties, fight the katanas, and fight these guys at the same time. But his opponent isn't completely stupid. He is trying to rush some Yari Ashigaru up here to combat his cav as well. So as Nighthawk starts to see his morale waver in areas, then he starts filtering his other units. He didn't rush this noob lone sword non-vetted unit up right away, because its morale would have broken fairly soon but once he saw the morale starting to break on the lines, then he started filtering in units. Now, because he's got his cav back here, he's bringing in his other cav units. He's got this light cav coming around. He's got this other great guard down here and a katana cav. Look at this thing. Just got into combat, already has 38 kills. You know, he is inflicting maximum morale penalties and just punishing this lone sword build. It really doesn't stand a chance. He's doing pretty good target selection with his bow warrior monks and switching around to different melee units. But, you know, this lone sword spammer really just did not have a chance. None whatsoever. He kept his cool, he prioritized his targets, and did a really good job. Just decimated this guy. And all of his lone swords had like 18 to 22 attack. They were pretty strong. But as you can see, really just a point and click player, I think. He didn't really prioritize his targets or think through his strategy. Good game by Nighthawk. It was actually a really fast battle, so sorry it's going to be a small upload, but I wanted to show you a good strategy for beating these guys. Now, things are going to change when the DLC comes out. You know, who knows what's going to happen after that. Here goes his last charge into the general. Kind of inconsequential though. Even if you take out the general, he still lost the battle. Hope you guys enjoyed. Nighthawk is one of my subs. I'll link his channel. I don't think he really does uploads, but he's a good player and you should look him up on Steam. Take it easy. See you next time.